It truly is a wonderful thing the game of baseball can be, especially playing in the desert throughout January and February. After 3 weeks of regular season baseball in the 15th California Winter League, it all comes down to the final weekend. 8 teams, 3 days, single elimination playoffs. As the number 1 overall seed, the Washington Blue Sox are set to take on the 4th-seeded Palm Springs Power in the American Division semifinal game. I'm Evan Schmeizer, joined by Brian Yancelson. On one hand, you have the mighty Blue Sox, winners of 12 in a row, likely a California Winter League record. They have not lost a game since January 26th. On the other hand, you have the Power, struggling down the stretch, losing 6 of their previous 7 ever since the rainouts. But Trey Valka is going for Palm Springs. Truly an equalizer. This could be one heck of a game, my friend.
Oh, you've got me excited, Evan. We are ready to go here in Palm Springs. You can feel the energy in the building, on the field for both teams. It just feels different when you wake up this morning and you know that if you lose, you're headed home, and if you win, you keep going. And you set it up perfectly. I mean, these Blue Sox have been the talk of the town. They have not lost in forever, but the Power, they have Palm Springs on their chest, maybe feeling a little bit of that good vibes from being the home team in theory, and they could be the ones to take down the mighty Blue Sox.
The Power are a confident bunch. The manager, Stan Clyburn, he told me yesterday, when you've won this many games in a row, you're bound to lose one eventually, and they plan to be the team to do it. And they'll have to do the damage against Trevor McGee on the mound. The 6-foot, 175-pound left-hander has been a workhorse. 2-1, an ERA of 2 on the dot. His 6th game overall, over 21 innings, 28 strikeouts, 5 walks. And he has gone the distance once this season. That came back on January 30th in a win against the Chill. 3 innings scoreless just 4 days ago, and a tune-up outing against the Lumberjacks. And we'll take a look at the Power lineup. Chase Vincent, boy, what a talent he is, will lead it off. Xiao Pin Ho, he can hit the ball, will be second. Jack Paulson bats third. Joseph Bonaris, the third. The designated hitter will bat cleanup. Brock Rudy, the catch, fits fifth, followed by Nick Knoll. Danny Walsh, the 4th leading hitter in the league, will be the 7th man. Jimmy Kramer bats 8th, and Zach Gomia gets the start, batting 9th against the left-hander McGee, who's just about finished with his warm-up pitches. And, of course, on the other end, Trey Valka warming up in the Power bullpen. Stan Clyburn's, one of his goals, try to get Valka to go the distance. Well, McGee's all set. Chase Vincent walks up to the plate. The Blue Sox in their blue tops and white bottoms. The Power, white all the way around with the red insignias on the lettering. Left on left the matchup. Vincent digs in with the shin guard on his front leg, slightly open stance, waving the bat around. McGee out of the windup with his black arm sleeves. He's set to go, and the first pitch of the day misses high, 1-0. We're underway, 10:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 66 degrees, slightly overcast. McGee set to go, and here's his 1-0 delivery to start the game. On the outside corner, 1-1 the count. According to the home play umpire, Brendan Boucher, only a 2-man umpire crew for today. Billy Yeager will make the calls in the field. 1-1 the count as Vincent waits. And here it is from McGee. Swung on and lifted foul and out of play to the left side. Chase Vincent comes in a .278 hitter, 1 double, 4 RBIs. Comes in 1 for his last 9. He's hit quite a few balls in the air lately, kind of the high fly ball sorts. The ball jumps off his bat as he awaits the 1-2 from McGee. McGee set, he kicks and deals. Slow roller over the first. Michael Bucchino, he bobbles it. He tries to touch the bag with his glove. What's the call? Out is the call by Billy Yeager. Looked like the most routine of plays for Bucchino as he went to glove it on the forehand. Then he kicked it away and just barely able to recover to get the speedy Vincent.
Gosh, Chase Vincent is still trying to figure out what happened. I think all of us are. He had it perfectly, and then he dropped it, tagged the bag with his glove, but had the ball in the other hand, and they're calling him out. So what a wild start to this one already.
The bang-bang play keeps the speedy Vincent off base, and it's the right-hander Xiao Pin Ho. hitting .308, 4 doubles, 3 RBIs, among the league leaders in exit velocity. And the first pitch from McGee is on the inside corner for a called strike. Xiao Ho, he's going with the black arm sleeves today, along with the black helmet, a slightly closed stance in the right-handed batter's box. The next offering from McGee. That's a high bouncer out to short. Charging is Nick Gonzalez. He gloves it, throws on the run in time to retire Xiao Ho. Couple weak ground ball outs for McGee. And with the bases clear, Jack Paulson will be the hitter.
And Gonzalez at short really makes the difficult look routine, doesn't he?
Well, it's a Blue Sox team where they've been a very clean bunch, really after they lost the first 2 games of the season. Slightly open stance for Paulson, hitting .267, 1 double, 7 ribbies. McGee's first pitch, first breaking ball of the day, misses in the dirt. McGee, not an overpowering fastball. He'll get into the mid to upper 80s, but a lot of movement, both in and out to the right-handed batters to go along with the change and the curve. The 1-0, fastball up and in. That came in at 87. No breeze whatsoever. The flags all the way around, quiet at Palm Springs Stadium. No score at top of the first, 2 outs, nobody on, and the 2-0 to Paulson is swung on and lifted out of play to the right side into Sunrise Park.
Something you'll notice about McGee right away, he really takes his time, deliberate on the mound, wants to play at his tempo and not let the power get in his head.
As Paulson steps out to adjust his batting gloves, we'll take a look at the Blue Sox defensively. Bryson Gandy, Sam Rowe, and Jeffrey Morden left to right. Alejandro Lara, Nick Gonzalez, Tim Catalano, Michael Bucchino, third to first. Taylor Maldonado behind the plate, and McGee on the mound. And his 2-1 pitch, check swing, called a strike at the knees. Now 2-2 to Jack Paulson, who steps out to take a deep breath and gather himself. McGee's all set to go. Usually a more deliberate pitcher, as he shakes off Maldonado once. Glove at the letters. And here's his 2-2 pitch. Curveball inside. 3-2 the count to Paulson.
I like a breaking ball inside, but I don't love it that high for McGee. Would have loved it buried in the dirt. Now on 3-2, it's anyone's guess.
Paulson set to go. Rests the bat on his shoulder with the white batting gloves. The 3-2 from McGee is hit foul at the plate. Trevor McGee went with another curveball.
Much better location that time.
Waiting on deck is Joseph Bonaris III. The MLB China team has also gathered. They're here early. They play the second game on the turf. They're watching down the right field line. McGee set the 3-2 again. Fastball rolled over the third, backing up on his Lara. Long throw across in time to retire Paulson. 3 ground ball outs, and Trevor McGee retires the power in order. We'll see the Blue Sox take their first swings and Trey Valka take the mound when we return.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Bottom of the first in the opening round of the CWL playoffs. No score between the 4th-seeded Power and the #1-seeded Washington Blue Sox. Trey Valka takes the hill, the 6'3", 195 right-hander. one of the premier aces of the league. Comes in 2-0, a 2.33 ERA, his 5th game overall. He's only gone 12 innings. They've been very effective, of course. A whopping 21 strikeouts and only 3 walks. Pretty good in a tune-up outing 3 days ago in a power win against the Chill, going a couple innings scoreless, allowing just 1 hit. And we'll take a look at the league-leading Washington Blue Sox lineup. Nick Gonzalez leads it off. Sam Rowan bats second. Michael Bucchino will be the 3rd man. The league's leading hitter, Alejandro Lara, hits cleanup. Bryson Gandy, the 5th batter. Deontay Jackson will be the designated hitter. He'll bat 6th. Jeffrey Morden bats 7th. Taylor Maldonado, the catcher, hits 8th. And the speedy Tim Catalano will round out the order for the Blue Sox. And Washington comes in leading in virtually every offensive statistical category. They're hitting .283 as a team in a developmental league where the priority, especially through the regular season where everyone plays, .283. 794 on the OPS. They also lead in that. And a .390 on base percentage. They lead in that one too. And we're set to go. Nick Gonzalez walks up to the plate with that green batting helmet. He'll settle in. Valka is ready to go. Out of the windup on the far first base side of the rubber. The first pitch from Trey is a fastball that misses inside. 91 on that one. He'll sit in the low 90s generally. Mix in a good change-up and breaking pitch. As the breeze picks up a bit now, going right to left. Valka's next offering is in the dirt. Now 2-0 to Gonzalez, who's hitting .300, 4 doubles, 5 RBIs. He's hit in each of his last 4 games. He steps out with a slightly open stance. The 2-0 from Valka is swung on, a high bouncer to the left side under the glove of Jack Paulson, and it goes into left field. It got through Paulson and Xiaopin Ho. We'll see how that one is scored. For now, a leadoff base runner for the Blue Sox. It would have been a tough play to try and throw out Gonzalez just with how high the ball bounced in the air. And it will go down as an error. An error on the 3rd baseman, Paulson, as Sam Rowan digs in. Right on right the matchup as Gonzalez leads off. Valka's first pitch to him misses inside.
Still just the first inning, right? But what did we see in the top half? The Blue Sox field 3 ground balls cleanly. It's not fancy, but it gets the job done. Blue Sox come to bat. Power cannot respond. That's why they've won 12 in a row.
Valka set at the belt, a deep breath, and he fires inside again to Rowan, 2-0. As time is called, the catcher, Brock Rudy, going out to talk to Trey. We'll take a quick look at the power defensively. Zach Omia, Chase Vincent, Jimmy Kramer left to right. Jack Paulson, Xiaopin Ho, Danny Walsh, Nick Knoll around the horn 3rd to 1st. Brock Rudy behind the plate. And, of course, Valka on the mound, who's fallen behind 2-0 to each of the first 2 hitters. As the meeting concludes, Valka's set to go. So's Rowan. The 2-0 delivery is a fastball and a big cut and a miss by Rowan. It came in at 91. It looked about 94 from up here. The power set to turn 2. Valka set another deep breath. His 2-1 is spiked in the dirt, and it goes to the backstop. Up to second goes Gonzalez on the wild pitch. Rudy, who's been a wall back there all season, did all he could to try and backhand that 92 heater in the dirt, but no chance.
And a favorable count. If you're Rowan, you can sit fastball. A lot of room on the right side.
The 3-1 as Gonzalez dances off a second. And that's jam shot into right field. It'll drop for a hit. Kramer up with it. Gonzalez will be held at 3rd, but a bobble, and right now Nick Gonzalez will score the throw. Comes into the cutoff man. A single, no RBI for Rowan, but a run scores on the error by Jimmy Kramer. Blue Sox manager Jimmy Johnson had initially held up Gonzalez once he saw the bobble, then he waved him through. It's now 1-0 Blue Sox out of the gates.
Feels good to be justified early. He sat fastball, waited back on it, sent it the other way, and then again we see the defense let the power down. They would not have scored this run if it weren't for their defense.
Michael Bucchino, the hitter. Rowan still at first. And Valka's first pitch to him is at the knees for a strike. This is a Blue Sox team. Well, they forced the issue. They struck out the least out of anybody. And they force a ton of mistakes, and boy, they make them pay. The 1-0 from the 0-1 from Valka is a curveball that misses outside. Now 1-1. Bucchino hitting 160 this season. A double as Rowan draws a throw. He goes back in diving. I mean, is it just me, Brian, or does it just seem like mistakes happen with the opposition when the Blue Sox are hitting? As the 1-1, look out, right off the upper arm of Michael Bucchino. And the hit batter puts men on first and second, nobody out. A run already across for Washington.
Yeah, there's no doubt there's luck involved in a 12-game win streak, but you just talked about it. They don't strike out. They put the ball in play. They run hard down the line, even on a ground ball. They do definitely push the envelope and force the issue.
And now it's Alejandro Lara as time is called on the field. The league's leading hitter, 519, 5 doubles, a triple. He also leads the league with 14 RBIs. With the collective day off yesterday, even just being on the field, his batting practice looks like a professional hitter. A smooth swing as he rests it on his shoulder. Slightly open stance. And he takes a curveball right down the middle for a strike.
For Valka, a better job the last two hitters getting ahead with a strike, but he lost the previous one, hit him in the back. Now let's see if he can do better against Lara.
First and second, nobody out. 1-0 Blue Sox, bottom of the first. Next fastball's up and in, snap though to first. And they called Bucchino safe at first.
Oh, he was 100% out, like without a single doubt.
Well, time is called. The manager for the Power, Stan Clyburn's out of the dugout. He's going to talk to the field umpire, Billy Yeager, who made the call. No doubt he's going to ask for help from Brendan Boucher. Now, in Yeager's defense, it's a two-man umpire crew. He's set up in the middle of the infield. He has a terrible angle. And Bucchino, who went back and standing up, his back is likely shielding Yeager's view, but we can see up here, clearly he was out at first.
Yeah, you're right, and you make a great point. Only 2 umpires instead of 3. Unfortunate scenario to hit us right away, but that is as clear as I've seen a call all year go wrong. He was out by a mile. A great throw by Rudy. What a heads-up play to do that, and let's see if Stan can convince the umpires.
Well, as the meeting concludes, Clyburn walks back to the dugout. I am surprised that Billy Yeager did not ask Brendan Boucher for help at least, because Boucher certainly has a much better angle. Well, now Clyburn's talking to Boucher. Well, as that all concludes, a break for the Blue Sox, who have already taken advantage of 2 power errors. 1-1 the count, still 1-0. Rowan at second, Bucchino at first. Valka set, checks the runner at second once, and deals the 1-1. Good curveball on the outside corner. That was sharp. Came in at 72. The Power could use a double play. 1-2 the count to Lara. Valka set again on the far first base side. Glove at the belt. And the pitch. Broken bat up the third base line. And Paulson tags the bag for 1 across the diamond in time. A 5-3 double play. A much needed double play for the Power. And now there's 2 outs in the first. And a chance for Valka to get out of it, only allowing the 1.
Good on Paulson to be very calm over there at third, not rush it to second, just steps on the bag, gets the sure out, and then fires over to first. A massive play for the Power.
And boy, Valka just splintered the bat of Lara. Right on left, Bryson Gandy, the hitter. Takes a fastball in the dirt, and that gets away from Rudy. It kicks to his right. Up to third goes Michael Bucchino. Second wild pitch of the inning for Valka. And we did see once this season, the only outing where Trey Valka struggled a week ago against the Lumberjacks when he allowed 4 runs to them in 2 innings. Struggling with the wild pitches, walks, hit batters. A little bit of that in this first inning. Still a chance to get out of it, only allowing the 1. 2 outs, 1-0 to Gandy. Valka opts to work out the stretch, and the next pitch is a strike at the knees. Gandy is one of those guys where the numbers might not completely jump off the page, hitting 192, but he puts on a show in batting practice. The ball jumps off his bat. The 1-1 is up the third base line. This could be a tough play. Balson bobbles it, and Gandy will be safe at first. Bucchino crosses the plate. That ball was spinning like a top. It was going to be a tough play no matter what, but the third error of the inning for the Power makes it 2-0 Blue Sox.
Oh, that would have been huge for the Power, more so for them than the Blue Sox. I mean, the Blue Sox already come in with so much momentum, but for the Power to get out of that with only one run could have been a pivot point. Instead, Blue Sox just continue their roll.
Now it's Deontay Jackson, the designated hitter. First pitch to him from Valka. Another good curveball in for a strike. Jackson, the embodiment of a personal trainer and coach, the Energizer Bunny, hitting .385, 3 doubles, a triple, a home run, 4 ribbies. 2-0 Blue Sox, bottom of the first, and the 0-1 is swung on and line foul over the Power dugout on the right side.
Yeah, you just saw it on that foul ball. I don't think I would throw him anything close to a fastball. You got to go off speed because he is right on everything you throw hard to Jackson. Action Jackson, as we like to call him up here.
Good old Action Jackson. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. And Gandy still at first. There he goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. Deontay Jackson goes down on 3 pitches. That finally retires the side. But the Blue Sox take advantage of 3 errors from the Power to put 2 runs on the board. So we'll go to the top of the second. Blue Sox lead 2-0.
Elmer's Restaurants. Welcome to the family.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Top of the second here at the stadium. 2-0 Blue Sox. Trey Valk allowed a couple unearned runs in the first. So McGee will get back to work. He'll face the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Palm Springs. Bonaris the third, Rudy, and Knoll. Trying to record a shutdown inning. Left on right the matchup. The breeze has stopped at the park. First pitch to Bonaris. He swings at it and pops it up right side of the infield. Michael Bucchino makes the call and the catch at the edge of the infield dirt. So Bonaris goes down on 1 pitch, and it'll bring up Brock Rudy. Rudy had to deal with the 3 wild pitches last inning. The ever-familiar bright green batting helmet and the shin guard on the front leg. Try to get some offense going for Palm Springs as they trail 2-0. Rudy hitting .364, a couple doubles, 3 RBIs. As he holds the bat up high, left on left the matchup. And Rudy takes a fastball high.
We talk about it a lot, Evan, the shutdown inning, but this is a very important moment for McGee. If he can hold down the Power and just keep the train moving for the Blue Sox, it would be huge for their momentum.
McGee set and the 1-0, curveball in for a strike.
Meanwhile, if you're the Power, you just saw how that first inning went, some errors, some disappointing defense. That can start to get in your head, and if you don't turn it around quickly, you could be in trouble.
as Rudy awaits a 1-1. McGee, who is on the deliberate side, now deals the pitch. Fastball, a little outside. Ramped it up to 89 that time.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
I think it caught Rudy by surprise, too, based on the check swing. Usually sits about 85 to 87. And the 2-1 with 1 out in the second. Curveball lined into the glove of Michael Bucchino. Looked like it was going to get into right, but all that topspin gave the Blue Sox infielder a chance. So 5 up, 5 down for McGee, and it brings up Nick Knoll.
Doesn't it just feel like there's a different energy that goes in favor of the Blue Sox? I mean, it's crazy.
It's really tough to imagine. But yes, you're onto something there, Brian.
That should have been a hit, but the defense has been sparkling so far.
Swing at the first pitch is Knoll to the right side. That'll leak in the right for a base hit past the diving Tim Catalano. Well, after the line drive out to Rudy, Nick Knoll with a seeing eye base hit. The first hit of the day for the Power with 2 outs in the top of the second, trailing the Blue Sox 2-0.
And as soon as that ball snuck into right field, the Power had to collectively say, finally, a glove doesn't get on this ball.
Danny Walsh will bat. 406, the hitter he is. The 4th leading hitter in the entire league. Left on right the matchup. Short lead at first from Knoll. Not a threat to run, and a curveball is in for a called strike. McGee, just like virtually this entire Blue Sox pitching staff, first pitch strikes. The second baseman, Catalano, shaded slightly towards the bag. Knoll a couple steps off. McGee checks him once, and he deals the 0-1. And that's in the dirt, blocked by Maldonado.
What makes Walsh so dangerous at the plate is he's a gap-to-gap hitter. 4 doubles on the season. And so it doesn't help the Power to have Knoll at first necessarily, but with 2 outs, he can go right on contact, and that could be their way back into the game.
Walsh, a very exciting player to watch, with the Sox pulled up high in the red batting gloves. As he awaits the 1-1 with 2 outs, 2-0 Blue Sox. The pitch from McGee is rocketed fair down the third base line. Bryson Gandy over to get it. He does cut it off. Knoll is on his way to third. He'll get in standing up. A hustle double by Danny Walsh. That puts men on second and third with 2 away for the Power. And a heck of a play from Bryson Gandy in left, who was already shaded towards the line, but saved a run, not letting it get into the corner.
He sure did, but right on cue, another double for Danny Walsh. His 5th of the year, leads the team. Now let's see if Jimmy Kramer can come through. A 2-out rally for the Power. This is exactly what they needed after that first inning.
Boy, did Walsh turn on that inside pitch. And it's the 8th man, Kramer. Power trail the Blue Sox 2-0. McGee trying to work out of a jam. And the first pitch, check swing in the dirt, blocked by Maldonado. They appeal the call to Billy Yeager in the field. He says no swing. 1-0 to Jimmy.
And you see the trust right away that McGee has in Maldonado. First pitch breaking ball with the runner at third. No problem for the backstop.
Kramer batting 130 coming in. No RBIs, no extra base hits. A chance at 2 ribbies. Swung on and lifted out of play to the right side. Count moves to 1-1. The Power trying to answer back after allowing 2 unearned runs to Washington in the first. Knoll had a seeing eye base hit with 2 outs, and then Walsh a moment ago with the double into left. McGee set with the 1-1, working out the stretch. And the pitch. Check swing on a curve. And no swing, according to Brendan Boucher.
What a take by Jimmy Kramer. Force him to throw you a fastball in the zone. I think he's a little worried after Walsh turned on it, and he's gone breaking ball a couple of times, but Kramer's laid off of both.
First base is open with the 9th man, Gomia, on deck. McGee set at the letters. His 2-1 delivery. Check swing, called a strike on the inside corner. Borderline pitch. That time McGee got the benefit of the doubt. As Kramer steps out, he'll re-engage, wave the bat through the plate a couple times. Awaiting the 2-2 as McGee comes set. 2 away, second and third. McGee checks the runner at second once, and his pitch. High bouncer foul to the left side over the camera well. Blue Sox leading the Power 2-0.
Not where he wanted that pitch. I'd go back to the back foot breaking ball. See if Kramer can lay off a third time in this at-bat. But with 2 strikes, I'd be willing to bet he may not be able to. Got to trust Maldonado, the catcher, to block it.
A base hit would likely score 2. The outfielders are medium deep, and Walsh can fly at second. McGee's ready. The 2-2 again. Curveball upstairs. Now 3-2 to Kramer.
Yeah, that pitch wasn't right out of the hands. So McGee just has to reset, see if he can find it. For Kramer, what an excellent job to take this count full.
McGee a long look in, awaiting his sign. As he comes set, Walsh at second, Knoll at third. 2-0 Blue Sox, 2 outs, top of the second. And the payoff from McGee. On the ground towards second base. Tim Catalano eats him up off his glove. Now he tries to recover. Kramer will be safe at first without a throw. The error allows Nick Knoll to cross the plate. Walsh to third, and it's 2-1 Blue Sox.
Has the tide turned, Evan? Maybe the luck starting to shift. The defense has been so good for the Blue Sox, and in a pivotal moment, it lets them down. We have not seen that at all this month.
As the 9th man Gomia will hit, Walsh at third, Kramer at first. An unearned run came across from the Power.
But credit to Kramer. The at-bat, the full count, laying off tough pitches, and then hustling down the line to make it a tough play for Catalano. It got in his head, and he wasn't able to recover.
That's a good point, Brian. He did bust it out of the box. First pitch from McGee to Gomia. Wave and a miss at a curveball. Zach Gomia comes in hitting 200. A couple doubles, a triple, no RBIs. And Maldonado and McGee better be careful with Walsh at third. Short lead at first from Kramer. And a large hole on the right side. The 0-1 from McGee in the dirt, handled by Maldonado. Tried a curve that time, did McGee. It just stayed outside. A very right-handed heavy lineup for the Power today. Vincent and Rudy, the only lefties. McGee is ready as Kramer inches off. About 2.5 steps. The 1-1 pitch on the ground to the right side. Catalano, that time he handles the big hop over the first, and that retires the side. The Power able to get a run back thanks to the error by Catalano. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 2-1 Blue Sox.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Something we did not necessarily expect going into this first playoff game. The score is 2-1 Blue Sox, and it's only the bottom of the second. And a combined 4 errors have allowed all 3 of those unearned runs. Valka will get back to work on the mound. He'll face the bottom third for the Blue Sox. Morton, Maldonado, and Catalano. You think it could just be a little bit of nerves opening this first playoff game, Brian?
I'm nervous up here just watching these teams play. Like, there's so much on the line. They've been working so hard every day, and it's been so fun thus far.
It is a much different energy. Right on left, the matchup. And Valka deals, misses outside. He's been struggling towards that spot, towards the right-handed batter's box. As Morton steps out. The next offering from Trey, outside again in the same spot, 2-0.
Yeah, he hasn't been quite as sharp. Just a little bit off, hasn't walked anybody, hasn't been super hard contact, but you know it's not his most effective self.
Trying to settle in with the power trailing 2-1 and the 2-0 pitch. A wave and a miss by Morton. Jeffrey comes in hitting 250. A double, triple, 3 RBIs. As he steps out, he'll re-engage with the white arm sleeve on his back arm. The 2-1 from Valka. Good curveball in for a strike. That's been his best pitch in the early going.
Yeah, I mean, that was a foot outside, and then it just waved back in there for a strike. Incredible movement for Valka.
The 2-2 delivery. Foul tipped into the glove of Brock Rudy. The second strikeout of the morning for Valka. One away, Taylor Maldonado will bat.
What a sequence of pitches. If you're Morton, you just have to be shaking your head. I don't know what else you could do. When he's on, he's dangerous.
And Fu Wanjiang is tossing in the power bullpen just in case. Right on right the matchup. First pitch to Maldonado. Swung on and missed. And the bat goes flying into the crowd. That went 4 rows up in the bleachers down the left field line. Unbelievable. That landed just to the left of a young gentleman who, I don't know if because he didn't see it. I think he did see it, just didn't flinch at all. Well, Maldonado needs to get his bat back somehow. He has a bat. I'm not sure if it was the original one. He did not put any extra pine tar on it. The count's 0-1. The Blue Sox lead the Power 2-0. 1 out. Bottom of the first. Base is clear. I mean, that went flying into the stands. The 0-1 from Trey. Curveball. Misses a little high as Maldonado ducks away from it.
I mean, what'd you tell people on the PA the other day, Evan? Watch out for projectiles.
Yeah, keep your arms, keep your eyes peeled at all times for anything that might go flying into the stands. The 1-1, another curveball. That's in for a called strike. That might be the bat toss of the year. That's a shame. I didn't go to check the TrackMan for the exit velocity. The 1-2 pitch from Trey. Another curveball swung on and missed by Maldonado. 3 consecutive strikeouts going back to the first, and Trey's up to 3.
That is unfair for Valka. He is making Morton and Maldonado look foolish, and you know that they're not. They've had such great years. But he is rocking and rolling here in the bottom of the second after a rocky start in the first.
It'll be the 9th man, Tim Catalano. He takes a first pitch curve low. The previous strikeout pitch to Maldonado, that curveball broke 19 inches. I'm thinking about that as a hitter, and that's a lot. The 1-0 out of the windup, on the inside corner for a called strike. 92 from Valka that time.
Yeah, and then you pair it with 92 on the corner inside. What do you do if you're a hitter?
Your best. The 1-1 is looped out to right. Kramer was playing shallow. He dives, and he makes the catch to retire the side. What a play by Jimmy Kramer, charging in towards center field to retire the Blue Sox in order. After a difficult first inning defensively for both teams, a nice web gem. We'll go to the top of the third. We're in a good one early, 2-1 Blue Sox.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Top of the order coming up for the Power in the top of the third as they trail 2-1. Vinson, Ho, and Paulson. And Brian, you were mentioning during the break, ever since the unearned runs came across for the Power on the error, it's been a different energy. Seems like the Power are kind of back in it emotionally of sorts.
Yeah, it just subtle. There's still a long way to go, and they could change it, but it just feels like the tide is turning a bit.
First pitch from McGee misses way inside to the lefty Vinson, who grounded out to first to open the ball game.
And it really starts with Jimmy Kramer running out to first, forcing the issue on Catalano's error, and then that spectacular catch in right.
The 1-0 out of the windup is taken for a strike. McGee back out for his third inning of work. 2 runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Blue Sox. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Power. All 3 runs unearned for both teams. The 1-1 delivery might have been the slider that time on the outside corner. Bit of a harder breaking ball that time.
Yeah, and a pretty generous
75.
call.
Vincent will have to protect. 1-2 the count. Dealing with a tough lefty-lefty matchup. And the pitch from McGee. Another breaker, misses outside. That had more of a curveball movement at least. As Vincent steps out, he re-engages. McGee set with a deep breath, glove at the letters, the 2-2. In the dirt again with a curve. A good at bat from Vincent, working it back full.
Yeah, first Kramer, now Vincent working the count full, not chasing the breaking balls in the dirt. That's where McGee has been wanting to go. But credit these power hitters for not chasing.
3-2 the count. No outs, top of the third, 2-1 Blue Sox. The pitch from McGee. Fastball outside. A great at bat from Vincent to draw the walk. And a dangerous man on base. That's the league leader in stolen bases with 10. Vincent is a burner.
Do you, Evan, steal right away, or do you leave the right side hole for the righty at the plate, who is so good at finding that empty space?
Well, I know Stan tends to let his guys go on their own, so it really comes down to, can you get a jump off the lefty McGee? A good lead from Chase. And the first pitch to Xiaopin Ho is on the outside corner. Huge hole in the right side with Tim Catalano cheating towards the second base bag. Blue Sox lead the Power 2-1. No outs, top of the third, and Vincent at first via the walk. McGee is set on the far first base side. And the 0-1 inside.
You also have to remember how good Maldonado has been behind the plate at throwing out runners. So that goes into the calculus as well. So a lefty on the mound, leading off the inning, a great catcher. I might stick around if I'm Vincent, just give Ho a chance at the plate.
And Xiaopin Ho has been solid. Bounced out to short his only at bat in the first. McGee is ready. And the 1-1 pitch. Curveball. That's in for a strike. And right away, Xiaopin Ho kind of looked up, chuckling himself. He wanted that back.
Right down the middle.
1-2 the count. McGee is ready. Vincent with the blue oven mitt base running glove on. And the 1-2. Vincent goes. The pitch is swung on and lined out of play to the right side. Vincent had the bag stolen, but with 2 strikes, Xiaopin Ho had to protect. Well, a new baseball for McGee as he re-engages the right fielder Jeffrey Morton playing shallow. Rowan and Gandy on fairly deep. And the 1-2 pitch is lifted in the air to the right side. Foul territory. Pukino over towards the fence, and he'll run out of room as it drops towards the athletic trainer's tent. And on the other side of the American Division, the Palm Springs Chill are taking on the Oregon Lumberjacks on the backfield. They got started at 9 a.m., so they should be towards the later stages. Short lead from Vincent, who did not go in the previous pitch. He inches off a little more. 1-2 to Ho. McGee is ready. Checks the runner a couple more times, and he goes. Vincent takes off. Ho swings and misses. Throw to second. Out by a mile is Chase Vincent. Strike him out, throw him out. Brian did warn everybody of the arm that Maldonado has. That was smooth. And just like that, 2 outs in the third. The bases are clear.
It's been the same story all year long. None better than Taylor Maldonado behind the plate.
And with that, the first strikeout of the morning for Trevor McGee. Now 2 outs, top of the third. Jack Paulson, the hitter. The Blue Sox lead the Power 2-1. Left on right, the matchup. McGee's first offering is fouled back into the screen. At times we've seen a steady breeze in the early morning. It's stopped for now. On this mildly overcast day. The 0-1 from Trevor. A fastball in for a strike. Might have been a two-seam variety. McGee took a bit off of that at 83. Paulson behind 0-2. 2 outs, bases clear, top of the third. The pitch from McGee. Check swing at a curve. They appeal the call to first. No swing, according to Billy Yeager. And as far as the view is concerned, the San Bernardino Mountains for Joshua Tree National Park, perfectly in view. And the snow melted from all that rain a week and a half ago. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Back-to-back punch-outs for Trevor McGee. And despite the leadoff walk, he faces the minimum in the third, thanks to some good defense from Taylor Maldonado. We'll head to the bottom of the third. The Blue Sox still lead the Power 2-1.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
As we get ready for the bottom of the third in this 2-1 game, in the Blue Sox advantage, Sport Clips are the pros in men's hair. They have cutting-edge stylists and hairstyles to give you a championship haircut. Make sure to check out their signature haircut service, the MVP haircut experience, which includes a precision haircut, hot towel, massaging shampoo, and neck and shoulder treatment. Well, after a very sloppy opening inning and a half, which led to 3 unearned runs, we have the diving catch from Jimmy Kramer just an inning ago, and a Maldonado caught stealing. Top of the order for the Blue Sox, Valka back to work, and the first pitch to Gonzalez is at the knees. Nick Gonzalez reached on an error and eventually came around to score. One of 2 runs for the Blue Sox in the first. The Power answered back with 1 in the second. Curveball from Valka, down and away.
And keep an eye on Gonzalez here. He just shook his head saying no at that pitch even before it landed. So he's seeing the ball well. Seems to be prepared this second time through the order as the Blue Sox see Valka.
And the 1-1 pitch out of the windup. Another curve, and he gets the call on the outside corner. Gonzalez not a fan of it. Dating back to the second, Valka's gone to the curve early and often. By far his best pitch at the moment. And he goes with a curve again, misses low.
He's seeing it, though. Gonzalez is seeing it out of his hand now. Could argue that that strike call wasn't a strike, so let's see if Gonzalez can adjust, maybe slap it the other way.
The 2-2 pitch to open the third. Changeup misses down and in. Might be the first changeup we've seen from Valka.
Yeah, an interesting decision just to give them a different look. Now on 3-2, we'll see what he trusts the most.
Valka waves his glove a bit. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Gonzalez knew it, maybe caught him by surprise. Now 4 strikeouts for Valka.
Yeah, I would trust 92 on the dot pretty well if I'm Valka as well.
Well, and you pepper him with, 4 curveballs in a row and then get him looking for it. 92 looks pretty quick. Sam Rowan the hitter, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. 93 from Trey. Rowan singled his only time up, and he's the only hit for the Blue Sox. 1 hit for the Blue Sox, 2 for the Power. Valka set again, and another changeup misses inside. As Valka backs up off the mound, a deep breath, a little frustrated, he missed his spot with that last one. So he re-engages, the 1-1 with 1 away. Curveball, slow bouncer up the third base line, and Paulson will let it roll, and it hits off the third base bag for a fair ball. Jack Paulson did the right thing letting it roll. He had no chance to throw Rowan out. And Sam Rowan is 2 for 2 with 2 bleeders.
How frustrated do you think Jack Paulson is at third right now?
I'd be pretty frustrated if I were Trey Valka. You made the pitch to get him out. You got the weak bouncer, but that's the game.
No, definitely, but Paulson has just had the toughest plays over there at third. Not a fun afternoon at the hot corner.
First pitch to Michael Bucchino. That's up the first base line. Knoll up with it, and he'll go and tag out Bucchino. Up to second goes Rowan. Just hit way too slowly to turn 2. Well, Alejandro Lara will bat. He hit into a 5-3 double play his only time up, which was initially a huge out for the Power before allowing a second unearned run to score. All 3 runs unearned. Blue Sox 2, the Power 1. Short lead at second for Rowan, who has decent speed. Nobody holding him on. First pitch to Lara misses outside. And you wonder, is Valka actually going to pitch to Lara with a base open? As he looks in, Trey comes set. Lara with the shin guard on his front leg. Fastball out to short on 1 hop, backing up his hoe. Long throw across just in time to get Lara by a step. So Valka opted the pitch to the league's leading hitter, and he's able to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, a man left in scoring position for the Blue Sox. We're through 3 full, 2-1 Blue Sox in the opening round of the playoffs. Top of the fourth at Palm Springs Stadium. Trevor McGee will get back to work with a 2-1 lead in favor of his Blue Sox. He'll face Joseph Bonaris III, Brock Rudy, and Nick Knoll. Bonaris III popped out to first his only time up. McGee out of the windup, and the first pitch to Bonaris is outside. 1-0 the count to him. Bonaris starting at the designated hitter spot. Used to seeing him play a lot of short. The 1-0 curveball in for a strike. McGee has looked quite comfortable, allowing just the one unearned run in the second and a couple hits. The 1-1 pitch. Slow roller foul by Bonaris. As Joseph steps out, 1-2 the count. McGee faced the minimum power hitters in the third. Also worked a 1-2-3 first. A deep breath on the mound. Bonaris waves the batter on ever so slightly. And the 1-2. Off the hands, popped up again to the right side, towards second base. Tim Catalano makes the call and the two-handed catch in shallow right. One away, it brings up Brock Rudy. He lined out to first his only time up. And we do have an update from the backfield. The Lumberjacks defeated the Palm Springs Chill 7-6. Oregon initially led 6-0. The Chill tied it with a Travius Ford grand slam. The Lumberjacks were able to answer back in the 6 to win their opening round game. Rudy swings and misses at a high heater.
Evan, we were able to catch glimpses of it from here. Great action on the backfield and just not knowing exactly what was going on. So thank you to Jesse Romero scoring the game back there for the update, and congrats to the Lumberjacks moving on.
The 0-1 to the left-hander is foul tipped off the chest protector of Maldonado. Now Rudy behind 0-2. So that means the 10 a.m. game tomorrow will be the Jacks taking on the winner of our current game, the Blue Sox in Power. So 12:30 tomorrow will be whoever moves on in the international bracket. The 0-2 pitch, curveball, hit hard, but just fouled down the first base line.
And Jesse has added that it was Kazuya Ohila with the game-winning home run in the 6th inning for the Lumberjacks to win it.
Oh, so he did go deep. What a game then. We have a pretty good one now. 2-1 Blue Sox, 3 unearned runs scoring, but at the moment, Valka and McGee have settled in. The 0-2 with one away. Check swing, doesn't matter, called strike 3. Borderline pitch down and away from Rudy. Just a second strikeout for Trevor, but he has it working. And that brings up Nick Knoll. He singled and came around to score the only power run in the second. As McGee gets a new baseball, the breeze still non-existent early. We'll get up into the low 70s as the day moves on. And the pitch from McGee, up and away. One of the few uncompetitive pitches we've seen from Trevor. 2 starters, McGee and Valka, who could very well go the distance. And the 1-0 with 2 outs in the 4th is swung on and missed. Center cut fastball for Knoll. David Reckers will be the first man out of the pen if needed for the Blue Sox. Jimmy Welsher likely will be the guy for the Power. And the 1-1 is a called strike on the inside corner. Pretty even a change of that time for McGee at 82.
Yeah, and pretty ominous to think that Reckers could come into this game for the Blue Sox, because we've seen how good he can be. So Power have to get something going quickly.
The 1-2 with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. The 3rd strikeout of the morning for Trevor McGee. He works a 1-2-3 4th. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Blue Sox trying to work on that 2-1 lead.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Oh, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Bottom of the fourth inning, the first game of our doubleheader. Bryson Gandy, Deontay Jackson, Jeffrey Morden the hitters. Trey Valka back to work. Gandy reached on an error his first time up. He takes a first pitch low. Blue Sox lead the Power 2-1. The Blue Sox scored twice in the first, both unearned. The Power with one in the second, that one also unearned. Valka working quickly, his 1-0 just outside.
The fastball has been overpowering so far for Valka, but with Gandy and Jackson due up, I'd be careful where I put that fastball. They can turn it around.
The 2-0 delivery incoming. Curveball, that stays outside. Valka behind 3-0.
And I would have a green light for Gandy here. If you get a fastball, you swing and you hit it as hard as you possibly can.
The outfield playing fairly deep for the Power, respecting the slugging ability of Gandy and the 3-0. And he does get a green light, and he swings and misses. Well, it was right down the middle.
Yeah, it sure was. That was Gandy's best shot. Let's see if he gets another. He wants that one back for sure.
See if Valka goes with another heater. The 3-1 to open the fourth is swung on and looped foul out of play to the left side towards the concession stands. Now 3-2 as Gandy steps out.
This goes to show just how good that fastball is, right? It's pretty hittable in a hittable spot, but it has good action on it and great late movement.
Nobody up in either bullpen. Valka with a long hold shakes off Rudy a couple times. And time is called at home plate. Valka has been much more visually intense than usual. A lot of deep breaths, shrugging of the shoulders. The 3-2 pitch is fouled right to the backstop. 94 that time from Valka. He's really ramped it up for this playoff opener.
If only we could know if it was Rudy who wanted a third straight fastball or Valka. I wouldn't go a fourth straight, but that's just me.
After falling behind 3-0, Valka has worked it back full. 2-1 Blue Sox opening the bottom of the fourth. The pitch, curveball, got him looking. What a pitch from Trey Valka. His fifth strikeout of the morning and one out in the fourth.
Yeah, that's more like it. Completely freezing Gandy after all those fastballs. A tremendous sequence for the pitcher, and now see if he can get past Jackson. The danger continues, but so far Valka's mastering it.
Deontay Jackson, one of the most aggressive hitters in the entire league. And the first pitch to him is a curveball taken for a strike. As Jackson steps out, nods his head up and down in respect of the good pitch from Valka.
That's twice now that the at-bats to Jackson start with that breaking ball.
And the 0-1 with the bases clear. Wave and a miss at a curveball down and away. Valka has Deontay Jackson guessing as he steps out. 2-1 Blue Sox over the Power in a game that was predicted to be a pitcher's duel and has settled into just that. The 0-2. Curveball lifted in the air to center. It's not deep. Vincent barely has to move as he makes the one-handed grab. Sounded like Jackson, who let out a grunt as he swung, got it towards the end of the bat.
Yeah, a little too much plate on an 0-2 curveball. Jackson confused and couldn't get that good part of the bat on it.
So the 7th man, Jeffrey Morton, will hit. He struck out his only time up in the 2nd. Valka out of the windup, a curveball, and that hits right off the lower leg of Morton. Second batter that Valka has plunked this morning as he snaps at the ball coming back from Rudy. Visually frustrated with himself. And Maldonado, who takes his gear off, walks up to home plate. Blue Sox lead the Power 2-1, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, and remember, Maldonado didn't look very comfortable the first time he came to hit. He even lost his bat.
He struck out his only time up after giving us the bat toss of the year to date. Valka set a huge deep breath. First pitch to Maldonado, swung on and missed. Little extra tail going into the right-hander. A short lead from Morton, not likely to run. The Blue Sox have only stolen 12 bags this year. They don't run a lot, despite all the other offensive numbers. The 0-1, big swing and a miss by Taylor Maldonado as he goes tumbling out of the batter's box. Tied up at a 92 heater.
I was just about to use that same word. I mean, he looks all tied up. These hitters don't know what's next. How could you when everything's working?
Valka checks the runner once. Morton edges off the bag. Deep breath from Trey. The 0-2. There goes Morton. Curveball outside. No throw by Rudy. Oh, and rounding the bag is Morton. A snap throw back to second will be late. The count is 1-2. And Jeffrey Morton steals second. He picked a great pitch. The curveball that just missed outside. Rudy couldn't get a handle. Just the second stolen base for Jeffrey. 1-2 the count to Maldonado. Now at least 1 or 2 high stretch pitches coming up for Valka. Curveball swung on and missed. Trey Valka right now virtually untouchable as he works through 4 innings, allowing just the 2 unearned runs. He's up to 6 strikeouts in the morning and will go to the top of the 5th. Blue Sox still lead the Power 2-1.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
As we get ready for the top of the 5th inning in this 2-1 Blue Sox game over the Power. To keep up to date with everything California Winter League, follow us on social media. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at California Winter League and on Twitter at Cal Winter League. Or visit our website at californiawinterleague.com. Top of the 5th inning, Blue Sox lead the Power 2-1. McGee will get back to work. He'll face the bottom third of the Palm Springs order, Walsh, Kramer, and Gomia. And McGee, even though he only has 4 strikeouts, hasn't allowed a whole lot. The 1 run being unearned and only 2 hits.
Yeah, but this is no typical bottom of the order, especially with Walsh leading it off, doubling his first time up, the gap-to-gap hitter looking to do it again.
First pitch from McGee is swung on, hit pretty hard in the right center. Rowan got a good jump. He has a beat on it, and he makes the catch, drifting into right center.
Well, it was in the gap.
Allowed out to retire Walsh, who doubled his first time up. And Jimmy Kramer will bat. He reached on an error by Tim Catalano at second, and that led to the Power's only run. All 3 runs unearned. 2 for the Blue Sox in the first, 1 for the Power in the second. Slightly open stance by Kramer. No action in either bullpen. And McGee's first offering, check swing, and a fastball misses high.
Seems like that fastball just keeps ramping up as the game goes along. 88 for McGee.
It's an easy-looking 88, too, as the breeze picks up again, coming in from right. The 1-0 from McGee, swung on and missed by Kramer. Way out in front at a changeup coming in at 80.
Yeah, pulling the string after the 88. Masterful couple of pitches for McGee. That's what he's been doing all afternoon.
One of those swings where he sold out for the fastball. And the 1-1 with 1 out. Misses low. Looked like he tried another changeup. That one at 81.
Kramer just has not gone after those low pitches.
So he waves the bat through the zone a couple times. McGee's ready with the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Kramer nearly fell over home plate with how hard he swung. That was a first week of the season Luke Chernesky kind of swing. He's calmed the swing down a bit ever since. And the 2-2 pitch from Trevor McGee. Back towards the middle on the ground, handled by Nick Gonzalez across the diamond, plenty of time to get Kramer. Trevor McGee keeps the power hitters guessing. And with 2 outs, the base is clear in the top of the 5th. The 9th man, Zach Gomia, will hit. Gomia bounced out to second his only time up. Gomia with the long hair. You can see him from a mile away.
Wouldn't be opposed to a 2-out bunt here from Gomia.
Laura is playing back at third. First pitch swinging is Gomia. He loops it down the right field line, foul territory, and it'll drift out of play. Jeffrey Morton giving that one a look.
Gomia can just fly, so if you could get it down, like you said, Laura playing way back, no one expecting it with 2 outs in the inning, you could turn the lineup over. Big swing that first pitch, so maybe not, but you never know.
Morton also lost his hat. Everybody playing on the deeper side for Gomia, who does have some extra base pop. The 0-1 with 2 outs. Curveball in for a called strike. And a good one as a Southwest Airlines plane takes off from the Palm Springs Airport in center on this mildly overcast day to open the postseason. The 0-2 from McGee. Swung on and missed. Tied up Gomia with another breaking ball. 5 punch-outs through 5 for Trevor McGee. And he and Trey Valka are matching each other toe for toe. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th, ladies and gentlemen. Blue Sox still 2 and the Power still 1.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Trey Valka will get back to work for the Power in the bottom of the 5th. He'll face the 9-1-2 hitters for Washington, Catalano, Gonzalez, and Rowan. Blue Sox still leading 2-1. Both starters have been excellent. Valka's first pitch to Tim is low. Catalano flew out to right, his only at bat. Valka steps off the mound. Now he re-engages. 5 straight zeros put up by both starters. And the 1-0 is inside, 2-0 the count.
So here versus Gandy and Jackson, who were looking to pull the fastball, Catalano is someone who is very willing to take it the other way. So if he gets a 2-0 fastball, look for him to do that.
He goes to the 2-0 fastball, and it's way inside. Catalano has to dance out of the way of it. Tim with the Sox pulled up high. 3-0 to open the 5th. And Valka set on the mound, a deep breath once again. And his pitch is at the knees for a strike. Seems like just about each time Valka has struggled with his command, he's been able to get it back as time is called at the plate. Trey has hit a couple batters, has not walked anyone yet. Also, a couple wild pitches in the first, helping to lead to the 200 runs. The 3-1 on the inside corner. 94. I would not want to mess with Trey right now. That is one intense human being. The 3-2 pitch, fastball foul tipped at the plate.
He put that in the exact same spot as the previous pitch. I mean, you cannot walk it up to the catcher Rudy better than Valka is doing right now on the inner half of the plate.
And a little run on that too. Some of Valka's deep breaths kind of remind me of the big bad wolf going to blow down the piggies' houses. It's that intense. 3-2 the count to Catalano to open the 5th. Blue Sox lead 2-1. And the payoff from Valka. Swung out and foul, tipped at the plate again. It was technically off the box, but way too close to take.
And almost a 3rd consecutive pitch in that exact same spot. So not only can he get it up to 93, 94, but so far pinpoint control.
Will Trey go at the curve? He's been more than willing to do it with a full count. The 3-2 again. Fastball. Got him looking. Catalano tossed the bat aside. I think he knew it was a strike anyway, just trying to get the call. The 7th punch out of the morning for Trey Valka. 1 out in the 5th. That was paint. 93 on the outer black. And Nick Gonzalez will bat. Reached on an error, scored in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. And the next pitch from Valka's loop down the right field line, foul, as Nick Knoll gave it a run.
And we just talked a little bit about it, Evan, in the break. You think somebody's got to get that big hit, but these pitchers are just doing too good of a job.
A combined 4 hits between both teams, 2 for each of them. Not a lot of hard contact to go around. The 0-1 inside, but a check swing foul ball by Gonzalez, and he's behind 0-2.
Yeah, and that is not the swing of someone who looks comfortable down there. He so often does look confident knowing what's coming, but even someone like Gonzalez at the top of the order, mesmerized.
As Trey Valka, with a new baseball, rubs it up a bit, is set with the 0-2 and 1 out. Here's the pitch. That curveball's way outside. Whether it's the first time through the order, establishing the fastball, a little bit of command issues, the second time through, featuring the curve heavily, and now 3rd time through, we're seeing a lot of run now on the fastball from Valka. I think Kevin Cash would like it. The 1-2 pitch. Off the hands, fouled out of play to the right.
Yeah, Kevin Cash and the Rays know a little bit about pitching, that's for sure.
A little bit. I wish he'd let the starters go deeper into games. But I'm more referencing just the way Valka is changing things up each time through the order, whether intentional or not. The outfield playing fairly shallow for Gonzalez. 1 out, bases clear in the 5th as Valka steps off. As he goes to adjust his pant legs and the belt and rub some dirt on his hands. A lot of extra massaging with the baseball. Whatever he's doing, it's working. As he's allowed 2, both unearned, on a couple hits. The 1-2 pitch again, a curveball is way outside again. After working ahead 0-2, the count's now even. In this tense pitcher's duel, who will break first? The 2-2. Right down the middle for a called strike 3. Gonzalez thought it was high. He has some words for the home plate umpire. I can't imagine why. It was right down the middle according to the box. He still has a few extra words as he's going back to the dugout. Now 8 punch-outs for Valka. I don't know what Gonzalez was complaining about.
I think that's just general frustration.
Sam Rowan, the hitter, he takes a first pitch breaking ball that goes to the backstop. And Valka violently kicking at his landing spot on the mound as he snaps the baseball back, walks around the mound, looking a disgusted look. He's glaring at where he landed on the mound. I guess he fell over a bit that time because that curveball was past the left-handed batter's box. Now the 1-0, he's re-engaged. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back.
But going back to that Gonzalez frustration, I mean, how could you not be flustered if you're the Blue Sox? You haven't been able to really hit anything hard. Your only runs came on errors. Ever since that first inning, virtually no traffic for them.
Another deep breath from the big, tall right-hander. The 1-1 with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. Might have been a cutter that time at 86. First one of those we've seen today. 1-2 to Rowan. 2-1 Blue Sox. Valka trying to work a 1-2-3 fifth. The pitch swung on and missed at a curve. Trey Valka has struck out the side in order. Masterful today is Valka. He's up to 9 punch-outs. And we'll go to the top of the 6th, ladies and gentlemen. Still a tense pitcher's duel, 2-1 Blue Sox.
Elmer's Restaurants. Welcome to the family.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Trevor McGee back on the mound for Washington to work the top of the 6th. He'll face the top of the lineup again for the Power. And ladies and gentlemen, on this date, February 16th, 1896, the New York City Parks Commissioner Samuel McMillan announced a plan to cut a street right through the Polo Grounds in Lower Manhattan. That clearly did not happen because the ballpark remained active until 1963, with a renovation project in 1911. My dad grew up in Brooklyn. I need to ask him if he's ever been to the Polo Grounds. Left on left the matchup. Vincent Reddy, who walked his last time up, takes down and in.
Well, it's no Polo Grounds now, but did you know that the stadium actually started called the Polo Grounds? It was known as the Polo Grounds in 1949.
Yes, my friend. Well done with the history. Down and away with the next one, 2-0 to Vincent. McGee has been just as good as Valka. He's allowed 1 unearned run and only 2 hits. The 2-0, way up and away. 3-0 the count to Vincent. Only 1 walk, and that came to Chase in the 3rd inning. Other than the 2nd, the Power have not had, they've only had 1 base runner besides the 2nd. The 3-0 pitch, a called strike.
I don't think you can overstate the importance of this at-bat. If Vincent gets on to lead off the inning via a walk, he can steal, he can cause chaos. This is a massive pitch for McGee.
The 3-1 coming up, swung on and missed. And I think Vincent went after ball 4. As he steps out, a deep breath for him. White batting gloves and a white helmet to go with the all-white jersey. 3-2 the count to open the top of the 6th. Power trail the Blue Sox 2-1. Long looking for McGee, and now he kicks and deals. Fastball, called strike 3 as Vincent tossed the bat aside, and frankly, I cannot blame Chase Vincent. That pitch was well off the plate to the lefty. Well, it'll be the 6th strikeout of the morning for McGee.
That's a tough break for Vincent.
Brendan Boucher has had a pretty good day behind the plate, but he missed that one.
Yeah, and Vincent's not happy as he still walks back into the dugout.
First pitch to Xiaopin Ho, misses inside. And when you have pitchers who have been as good as McGee and Valka have been, you can't give him any extra help. That'll kill a hitter. Xiaopin Ho struck out his last time up, also grounded out. The 1-0 is swung on, popped up, right side of the infield. The first baseman, Bucchino, makes the call and the catch. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th. It brings up Jack Paulson. And for the second time today, the right-hander Fu-Wan Zhang loosening in the power bullpen. I would think just in case. I cannot imagine Stan not sending Trey Valka back out for the 6th. First pitch to the righty Paulson is down and in the dirt.
I think Valka's going to make Stan Clyburn drag him off the mound today. That's the only way he's coming out.
Kind of John Lackey-esque. I would not want to stand in Trey Valka's way right now. I bet nobody's talking to him in the dugout. Loop down the right field line, foul territory, and it'll leak out of play. Bucchino over to give it a look. Two runs in the first for Washington, both unearned. 1 for the Power in the first. That was unearned. 6 straight zeros after that. Looks like David Reckers is also loosening in the Blue Sox bullpen, just in case. The 1-1 delivery, change up, a little low. Some of the fans wanted that pitch. Some of the Blue Sox guys wanted that pitch. It was a good call from Boucher. 2-1 the count. Bases clear in the 6th. The pitch from McGee is lined in the right, down the line. It's a fair ball. Morton, who was playing shallow, cuts it off. He bobbles it. Paulson will stop at first. Just the 3rd hit of the morning for the Power, and they have a 2-out base runner.
Love the approach. High fastball up and away. Take it right where it came from. To right field for Paulson, and now the cleanup hitter, Bonaris.
Bonaris has not looked comfortable today. A couple pop-outs on pitches where he has been very off balance. As time is called, Taylor Maldonado walking out to the mound. Very slowly he's walking out, certainly to give Reckers some extra time.
You might remember, seems like forever ago now, but Bonaris did hit a homer, and it was crushed here at the main stadium. So he is a dangerous bat, hitting cleanup. We haven't seen him there very often, but now it looks like the Blue Sox are sensing the danger.
Yeah, now here comes the manager, Jimmy Johnson, the rest of the infield coming in. And JJ on the far other end of things this year, being the number 1 seed, his Blue Sox winning 12 in a row, where a year ago, the Blue Sox and the North Stars, who came in as the 2 worst teams in the league in the regular season, made it to the finals. So JJ and his Blue Sox know they knew coming into today they can't take anything for granted. Looks like that might be it for McGee. Wow, he's walking off, and David Reckers is coming in. The handshake between Trevor McGee and Reckers. See what the pitch count is. I'm surprised to see this. Well, we'll step aside. We'll step aside for a moment right after this message. Visit Palm Springs Stadium this winter and take advantage of Margarita Monday, brought to you by Luxury Pools Design and Construction with discounted ballpark margaritas. 2 for Tuesdays with 2 tickets for the price of 1, along with Locals Wednesdays for Coachella Valley residents and Out-of-Towner Thursdays for out-of-town U.S. residents, both with $5 admission. Come catch winter baseball and cash in on great deals. Visit CaliforniaWinterLeague.com for more information and the stadium box office for tickets. So 2 outs, top of the 6th inning, and after a Jack Paulson 2-out single, Jimmy Johnson went to get his starter, Trevor McGee. David Reckers will take over. The 6-foot, 230-pound right-hander, he finished the season 5th in strikeouts with 29 over 16 innings. 1-0, a .87 ERA, this being his 7th game. He has 1 save to his credit. And he'll face Joseph Bonaris III with 2 outs. His Blue Sox leading 2-1. Only 81 pitches from Trevor McGee. Right on right the matchup. Short lead at first from Paulson. See if he takes off with 2 outs. First pitch from Reckers, swung on and missed by Bonaris. And I'll say this, talking to Jimmy Johnson yesterday, he did say that no matter what, he's not going to go down with his most dangerous pitcher in the bullpen. And here's Reckers now. The 0-1, off balance, swinging a foul into the screen. Bonaris went off that one. That was well off the plate. 0-2 the count.
And you've highlighted how righty-heavy the lineup was to go against the lefty McGee. Well, now it totally flips against their favor with the righty Reckers, and the righty Bonaris not looking very comfortable at the plate.
David Reckers trying to pick up a 4-out save. Shakes off Maldonado once. Now he's set at the letters. The 0-2 is popped up towards us and out of play as it goes over our heads into the parking lot. A very light breeze coming back, blowing in from right field. And the British Columbia Bombers will take on the Canada A's at 12:30. But for now, the 4th-seeded Power making the Blue Sox sweat, trailing 2-1 thanks to Trey Valka. Reckers ready, the 0-2. Curveball, looped foul again out of play. Bonaris staying alive. 79-mile-per-hour curve from Reckers.
And a hanger. He won't want that one there.
Oh, yeah, that was right down the middle according to the box. No action in either bullpen. We'll see Valka come back out for the 6th. Can Bonaris extend the inning for the Power with Paulson at first? The 0-2 again. Curveball, called strike 3. Nasty curve from David Reckers. He comes out of the bullpen, records the final out in the 6th inning, keeping it at a 2-1 lead in relief of Trevor McGee. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. The Blue Sox will try to pick up some insurance.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST. And declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice. So get started today.
It is getting late in our first playoff game at the stadium. Trey Valka will go back out for the 6th, his Power trailing the Blue Sox 2-1. And the line for the Washington starter, Trevor McGee, is complete. He went the first 5 2/3, 6 strikeouts, 3 hits, 1 unearned run on a walk. And David Recker is able to strike out Bonner Reese. So the Power down to their final 3 outs, but the Blue Sox will look for some insurance. Bucchino, Lara, and Gandy will be the hitters. Fu-Wan Jang, for the 3rd time this morning, will get up and loosened in the Palm Springs bullpen, just in case. Valka's set, and his first pitch is swung on and hit off the railing, foul by Bucchino. Bucchino was hit by a pitch, and he scored in the first. Also bounced out to first. Valka has allowed only 2 hits to go with the 2 unearned runs. And the 0-1, late swing on the fastball, foul up the first base line.
As good as he has been all morning long, and as we approach afternoon, very careful for Valka. 3-4-5. You cannot allow another insurance run for the Blue Sox headed to the final inning.
Tense in the late stages. The 0-2 is fouled at the plate. Every pitch vitally important. One of these hitters looking for a big swing to tilt the tide in their favor. For now, all 3 runs unearned. And the 0-2, curveball, outside. Bucchino thought about it. Valka, who has been extremely intense all day, a lot of deep breaths and shrugging of the shoulders, is set with the 1-2. Curveball and a wave and a miss by Michael Bucchino. 10 strikeouts through now 5 1/3 for Trey Valka. And 5 in a row going back to the 4th. Alejandro Lara will bat. He swings the first pitch and tops it foul. And the leading hitter in the league, Alejandro Lara, 2 groundouts.
It's been simply phenomenal. There's not been a moment where the hitter can know what Valka is going to go with next.
And the 0-1 pitch is a curveball, called a little low. The box had it as a strike. As Lara steps out, Blue Sox lead the Power 2-1. 1 out, bases clear, bottom of the 6th. The 1-1 from Trey. Curveball right down the chute for a called strike. Valka has mixed it up, ramped up the fastball to 93 and even 94 at times. Simply masterful. And the 1-2 delivery. Inside, right off the belt of Lara. 93 right in the midsection. He seems to be all right as he trots to first. The 3rd batter that Trey has plunked. Stan Clyburn out of the dugout. Let's see. I saw him point. I'm not sure if he actually made a signal to the bullpen. As he walks to the mound, slowly, the catcher Rudy out there, and Valka walks off. The high five from Rudy clearly did not want to come out of the game. A tip of the cap and a strong round of applause from a very good morning crowd at Palm Springs Stadium. Valka exits. Fu-Wan Jang coming in when we come back. Welcome back to the ballpark, everybody. The late stages of the first playoff game at the stadium. The Blue Sox lead the Power 2-1 with one out. Alejandro Lara at first after getting hit by a pitch. Trey Valka got lifted from the ballgame just a moment ago. Fu Wanjiang taking over. His 10th game of the season, predominantly out of the pen, 0-2 overall. The ERA at 5.76 is a bit inflated after just a couple of rough outings. His previous 3 times out of the pen, Jiang has been really good, working scoreless innings. 17 innings, 3 saves, 12 strikeouts, 8 walks for the 190-pound right-hander. He's listed at 5 feet tall, but I mean he looks taller than that on the mound. So the line is done for Trey Valka. He went the first 5 1/3. He allowed 2 runs, both unearned, 3 hit batters, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts, and no walks. First pitch from Jiang to Bryson Gandy is outside. And the runner on first, Lara, after getting hit by a pitch, is Valka's responsibility. As he inches off, a good lead at first. Jiang with the high leg kick, foul tipped at the plate by Gandy.
Zhang has been a lot better, as you highlighted. However, if you look at when he struggled the most, it was against these Blue Sox on February 8th, allowing 8 runs on 8 hits. So clearly they solved something last time. Can they figure it out again?
Huge lead from Lara. He does not go. The 1-1 is outside as Rudy comes up ready to fire. Granted, who hasn't struggled against the Blue Sox over the past 3 weeks? Thanks to Valka, the Power have kept it close. Trailing 2-1. Big hole on the right side with the lefty up. And the 2-1 is swung on a miss. Snapped to the first by Rudy, and Lara dives back ahead of the tag by Knoll. Now 2-2 to Bryson. Blue Sox scored twice in the first, aided by 3 wild pitches and 3 errors. The Power scored an unearned run of their own in the first. Or in the second, excuse me. As time is called at the plate. Power set up to turn 2. Vincent in center, Kramer in right fairly deep. Gomia more medium deep in left. And the 2-2 is in the dirt. Rudy comes up ready to throw again. Both teams into their bullpens. Jiang for the Power and Reckers for the Blue Sox, who recorded the final out of the top of the 6th. A snap throw over the first by Jiang. Lara goes back diving. Mention once again, the Blue Sox do not run a whole lot. They have stolen 1 base today. The 3-2 is fouled into the screen. Lara has stolen 2 bases this season. See if he tries to take off. Gandy has struck out once earlier in the 4th.
I don't think I'd risk it. I want Jackson to get a chance to hit no matter what this inning.
The 3-2, the runner does not go. And a called strike 3 as Gandy tosses the bat aside. Well, it was a little low according to the box. A close pitch on a changeup. Now 2 outs, and Deontay Jackson will bat. Jackson should be thrilled to see someone that is not Trey Valka. A strikeout and a flyout, and at times he's looked foolish against Valka as he faces Fu Wanjiang. First pitch is a curveball that hits right off the backside of Deontay Jackson. Second hit batter of the inning from Power pitching. Lara up to second. And Jeffrey Morton will bat.
I don't think he's thrilled about that. Never feels good to be hit in the back, but for the team, it does give some danger to Morton now. The lefty just waiting his turn, waiting for this mound visit, and that ever-important insurance run off of second base for Washington.
To think, I was just getting ready to talk about how dangerous Jackson is. Not this time. It's left to Jeffrey Morton. Struck out in the second, hit by a pitch in the 4th. The outfield for the Power playing fairly deep. A hit should score Lara, who has a huge lead off of second. Now Xiaopin Ho comes back behind him. Snap throw of the second. It deflects off of Lara in the center field. Both runners will advance. Throw by Vince in the second is late. Fu Wanjiang and Xiaopin Ho had a timing play on, and Jiang just threw a wild missile towards second base. I thought when it hit off of Lara it would stay around the infield, but it trickled in the center, and very heads-up base running from Lara.
That is just not needed right now. The focus needs to be on the hitter with 2 away, first and second. Could be a costly mistake for the Power.
The 4th error of the day for Palm Springs. And the first pitch to Morton is up and away. And now Jang has to be very careful about bouncing one. 3 errors in the first are what led to the Blue Sox 2 runs. And a chance for more. Now a hit likely scores 2. Jang is set out of the stretch, and the 1-0 is on the outside corner. 1-1 to Jeffrey. Lara at third, Jackson at second. Both men were hit by pitches. Jang struck out the first man he faced in Gandy and hit Jackson. He's set on the 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Snap throw back to second, and it goes into center field. Lara will score Jackson up to third. The 5th error of the day for the Power. Rudy, who loves to throw, and if he made a good throw to Walsh, it came in low and on a short hop. I think they had Deontay Jackson. I think they would have had him. It's now 3-1 Blue Sox. How about that? The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. That retires the side. The Blue Sox, thanks to 2 hit batters and 2 throwing errors in the same at-bat, do put an insurance run on the board. They lead 3-1, and we'll head to the top of the 7th. The last chance for the Power, who trail by 2.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The 4th-seeded Power are running out of time as they trail 3-1 to the Blue Sox in the top of the last. Reckers back on the mound after striking out Joseph Bonaris, coming in relief with 2 outs in the 6th. Rudy, Knoll, and Walsh are the scheduled hitters. The Blue Sox, thanks to a throwing error by Fu Wanzheng, the pitcher out of the pen, and the catcher Brock Rudy, did put an insurance run on the board in the 6th. All 4 runs unearned for both teams, only 5 combined hits. 5 errors for the Power, 1 for Washington. And a tall task for the Power, facing a fresh David Reckers, who has been close to untouchable at times in the CWL. Out of the stretch exclusively, first pitch up and in to Brock Rudy. 91 on that heater. Rudy struck out in the 4th, lined out in the 2nd. Outfield playing deep. And the 1-0, swing and a miss. Rudy probably chased ball 2.
Yeah, and I'm just still shaking my head about the defensive effort in the previous inning. Just no need to throw the ball around like that. You got to trust your pitcher to get out of a jam.
Reckers is set. And the 1-1 delivery is low and through the legs of Maldonado to the screen.
But if you're Rudy, that's what's great about the game of baseball, right? It seems to provide you an opportunity to make up for it right away. So the bad throw into center field, lead off the next half with something positive for the Power.
And Reckers set again with a new baseball. Rudy awaits the 2-1, swing and a miss. Brock was late at a 93-mile-per-hour heater. As he steps out, 2-2 the count, 3-1 Blue Sox. The Power trying to stay alive. The Blue Sox trying to win its 13th game in a row. David Recker's set. Rudy awaits. The 2-2 delivery, fastball, and a called strike 3. Might have been a little bit off the TrackMan strike zone. Second strikeout for Reckers. The Power down to its final 2 outs. It's Nick Knoll.
Maybe a little off, but these pitchers have been too talented and too good all day long to take a pitch like that if you're Rudy.
Nick Knoll 1 for 2 with a run scored. The Power need a base runner. First pitch curveball to Knoll, and he takes a strike.
Because frankly, right now, the pitchers have earned those calls. They've earned that extra space off the corners.
Other than the hit batters, a ton of strikes. The 0-1 delivery from Reckers. Curveball hit hard in the left. That'll drop in for a hit. Gandy was shading Knoll towards the line, so he cuts it off. Nick Knoll now 2 for 3, and the Power will bring the tying run to the plate. 96 off the bat from Nick Knoll, taking advantage of a hanging breaking ball from Reckers. And one of the men you won up for the Power, Danny Walsh, came into play hitting over 400, the 4th leading hitter in the California Winter League. Doubled in the 2nd, lined out sharply in the 5th. Short lead at first from Knoll. And Walsh swings the first pitch and lifts it high in the air to right center. Playable for Sam Rowan. He makes the easy call and catch. On one pitch, Danny Walsh is retired. As Walsh walks back to the dugout, visibly frustrated. He got a good pitch to hit down towards the middle of the zone. He likes it there, just couldn't get the good part of the bat on it. And it's left to Jimmy Kramer. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error in the 2nd that led to the only Power run. Representing the tying run, Knoll has virtually no lead at first. His run doesn't matter. The first pitch is outside. David Reckers trying to pick up a 4-out save and send the Washington Blue Sox to the American Division Championship game tomorrow against the Oregon Lumberjacks. The 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0. We have not seen it from any of the 3 Power hitters this inning. Will Kramer take a strike? Outfield still deep except for Morton and Wright. The 2-0. And Kramer does not take a strike. It's popped up right side. This could do it. Tim Catalano makes the call. He puts it away. That retires the side. The Washington Blue Sox stave off the Palm Springs Power in this epic pitchers duel. Washington wins its 13th game in a row, and they advance to the American Division Championship game tomorrow at 10 a.m. against the Oregon Lumberjacks. 3-1 is our final. All 4 runs unearned. Trevor McGee went the first 5 2/3. David Reckers picks up the final 4 outs. The Power brought the tying run to the plate. Could not push anything across, and the Blue Sox find a way to win again.
They always seem to do it, Evan. It's not pretty. They have more runs than hits because, like you said, all those errors for the Power totally helped the Blue Sox out, especially early on, and then late when it mattered most. They just have that energy around them. They know how to do what's needed at that particular time, whether it's hustling down the line, whether it's causing chaos on the base paths, taking pitches when they need to. And the Blue Sox have a baker's dozen, 13 in a row. Unbelievable.
Washington the favorite right now. In a game that had only combined 6 hits and it combined 6 errors, the Blue Sox escape 4 runs, all of them unearned. That's it for us for now, everybody. 3-1, Blue Sox over the Power. The Power are eliminated. We'll be back for a 12:30 first pitch. Danny will hop over from the public address announcer's booth as the British Columbia Bombers take on the Canada A's. We'll see you guys in about 40 minutes.